holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Take it in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Now Wilson on first down. And his first pass is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Burke. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
A first carry for Tyler Algier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. 13 yards. Good for a giant first down. Wilson. And that's off the mark. Incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Wilson's throw into the hands of the receiver, Shenault.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Taking a glance here at the numbers last week for Algier.
11 carries, 52 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on. 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have the Giants first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game planned for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
Yeah, the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal with some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Throwing is Wilson. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting the loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked.
Following the touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession.
And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win.
On first down, it's Herbert. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Looking at the numbers last week for Watson.
9 catches, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
You think the head coach and the offensive coordinator are able to pull the earplugs out now? Because all week, all they heard was, you know, Coach, they can't guard the pass at all. I mean, they're next to last in the league. Let's throw it on every down.
Yeah, last week we saw the numbers. This week going against second to last in the pass defense area. Good for him.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1.
And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 43-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to throw here, Herbert.
It's complete. He finds Falk here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
The Seahawks at 10-4 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. 36 yards.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Here's Algier again on 2nd down.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw there into the hands of Ross.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Wilson now off the bootleg. Rolling to his left. He finds his man complete. It's Burke.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's what really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They go play action with Wilson.
Dumps this one off to Algier. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone tried to account for someone, but unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Over the middle, he's got Shenault. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Touchdown, Giants! From 19 yards away. And the Giants have taken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Christian Watson, 66 yards. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Wilson. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. That good for 19 and a first down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Always got some breathing room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. His 7th rushing touchdown, 11th overall. And the Seahawks have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point, but it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Burke. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Algier will try to pick it up. Able to slither by. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. So 1st down, and they'll stick with Algier. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Hands it off out of the gun. And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Herbert.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Herbert. He finds Watson complete.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Herbert going to throw. And complete once again to Watson.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
The Giants now down on the scoreboard. The time, a huge factor. Now they've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. Steps away to his left.
And he'll just get rid of it. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here's Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now Wilson.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Seahawks have just about sewn up this football game.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Herbert.
He's going to take another shot here. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
And the Giants come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. But like all great games, it came down to the final.
Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the play, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the play, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick of my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm balling like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move, Heisman stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the play.